Hey everybody, Christopher here. Welcome back to Fossil Forward Finds. We got another What Sold video for you. This is from April 20th through April 26th. Um, Not too bad of a week relative for me. A little lower than normal in the quantity of sales, only 28 sales this week. But 327.53 total. Um, I'm keeping that average asking price up a little higher. So yeah, we got some pinups, pogs, all sorts of postcards, a little extra little fun guys in there. Um, so yeah, I've selected another 10 for you, and let's get into it. Alrighty, as promised, we are going to dive into my top 10 sales for this week. Again, if you haven't seen some of my past videos, I don't necessarily share my top 10 highest grossing sales. Um, it's more of what I find interesting out of the sales for the week. So the first two are going to be a little different from what I normally do. I recently bought a house, and so I've been getting some of my old Jurassic Park dinosaur toy collection out of storage. And it turns out I've had some other animal figures mixed in with those items. And I don't even really have enough room for all the dinosaurs and Jurassic Park stuff I have, so I'm trying to downsize some of the items that I really don't have any attachment to. And included in that is a bunch of these little lizard figures. These are this one's by Playvisions, 1998, a Nile monitor lizard. I've been doing a little video with each one of them. Let's see if this will play. Yeah, not high quality video, but it gives them a nice little 360 of what they're purchasing. So I do that with all the action figures, animal figures, anything I can that's three dimensional. I try to do a video for, and then of course all the different pictures here. See the label on the bottom. But in any case, it sold for full asking price, one bid, $24. Can't complain about that. I think the week prior to this, I also sold one for the same price. On the same vein, this is a sun conure. It's the only, I don't know why I had a sun conure. It's the only bird I've found so far in the collection. Another Playvisions, 1996. Same idea, did a video. And this one also sold for $24, one bid. So for childhood collection, just downsizing a little bit, single figures, very easy to ship. Not complaining. I am definitely going to be paying attention for things like this when I'm out and about. Um, I, I don't have a lot of experience, but in what I've done in the past few weeks, branded definitely makes a difference. If you have a generic animal figure that doesn't have a brand on it, not moving quickly. Also, obviously, the animal itself helps, and then being vintage or more specifically being retired. If that's retired, that's a good keyword to put in that I don't actually think I did. So those are a couple of things to look for when you're looking for little animal figures to sell. Had to highlight this another first day cover. This one sold for a 10% offer, $449. I've had it listed for a little while. September 2023. Shout out to my nephew. He's up here right now doing some competitive hockey. My nephew's 6. He's so far scored a goal every game this weekend. In a couple hours, I'll see one more game from him. So, hockey, first day cover, nephew, awesome. All right, Wikiwachi. If you're a postcard person, you know Wikiwachi sells beautiful mermaids performing underwater, Florida. Um, this postcard I actually bought off of eBay. Someone had, I think, like 3 Wikiwachi postcards for $2-3. I scooped that up right away. One of my nightly routines, if I have the energy for it, is I go through most recently listed postcard lots, and sometimes it pays off like this. So this one sat for a little bit, a few months. I sold one of them almost immediately, I think for like $14 or $15, but can't complain about that return. So if you see Wikiwachi, if it's a buck or less, I would typically pick it up. If it's just the Wikiwachi location without the lovely ladies inside, they don't seem to move quite as quickly. Have to have a weekly POG. This one sold on 50% off, 15% off offer, so $8.49. Frankenstein's Monster. This one's definitely in played-in condition, as you can see from the back, but the front side looks pretty good. And can't complain about selling a POG for $8.50. I listed this around Halloween, just a little bit before Halloween, so kind of late to get the Halloween market. But I was in the Halloween spirit, so I found the POGs that I thought would be relevant and listed them at the time. I think I recently, maybe in the POG haul you just saw, I think it was the Bad Boy POG, so to have a Frankenstein-esque look to them. I still have to research those, but more coming. Alrighty, it's just I don't really understand this postcard, but I got a whole bunch of them. I had 26. Or is that I originally had 22? I don't know. I had multiples. I bought them from Postcard and Prosecco on Whatnot. Listed them back in August of last year. And part of what I like about this is I had this for a while, didn't make any sales. Someone came and bought some, and now it's starting to get its own momentum. In this particular case, I was asleep. Someone messaged me asking if I would take a 50% off offer, so $5 instead of 10. And before I even woke up to read the message, they had bought 2 of them at full price. I wouldn't have accepted 50% off anyways, probably. I would have countered back at them for something, but can't complain. So not too bad there. Let's see, where are we? Similar idea. This is another. This is an oversized postcard that I have multiples of. Also got this from Prosecco, probably around the same time. And I sold 2 of them this week. I hadn't. I guess I sold 1 prior, but now it's been sort of dormant for a while. And same week, one person bought it for the full price of $5.99, and another person bought it for $5.39. I think was that. $5.39. So 10% off offer. And just island in Florida. So I personally don't shy away from listing all of the same postcard at once for this reason. Once one sells, it tends to get that listing some traction. And in this case, I only listed it for $5.99. The other one I listed for $10, but listing it for $10 with multiple is not slowing things down for me. So, all right, this one's a little unassuming. This is a Long Island postcard, and Long Island, New York is a bolo for me as far as postcards are concerned. You don't see it in the title because I use that in the custom specifics, and having Fire Island and some of these other keywords I felt was more important to have in the title since I had that featured spot. Brain's not working. But anyways, I listed it in August of last year, got it at a local estate sale, and sold for, did it sell for the full price? Yeah, sold for full price, $10. Just some tulips on a beach in Long Island. Alrighty, another interesting one. So I got this off of Whatnot from a gentleman named Wally. I don't remember his full Whatnot name. From the Bowery series, 1907. This card is in rough shape. There's staining, there's creases all over the place. Look at the back. And, I tried to highlight it. I certainly mentioned it in the description. But I had looked up on Terapeak. Bowery series seemed to do reasonably well. Didn't see this one listed, so I listed it first on auction. Didn't sell on auction, but sold pretty quickly thereafter for a full price of $10. So keep an eye out for the Bowery series. Typically, this style of card is not one I'm usually interested in. The comical romance cards, I don't find a lot of them move too well. But I'll definitely be keeping an extra eye out for the Bowery series by McFarlane. So. And then last but not least, we got a multi-item order. I'm partially blocking. I'm sorry. This person actually bought 5 items. 3 of them got combined into one order, two into the other. I shipped them all together. I think it was different based on some of my old listings. I have 2 or 3 day shipping, where my newer listings I only have 1 day shipping. But in any case, all 5 items were pinups. You probably saw in that intro scene. I chose these 3 because they're a little more family friendly than the other 2. But you see, we got a pinup postcard, $10.99, and then 2 more of those die cut pinup stickers that I shared with you last week. They make nice little add-ons to orders, so $10 for one, $9 for the other. They did get between 15 and 20% off for doing a multi-item order. You can see just off these 3 items, I made $18, not counting cost of goods. I probably made another 10, 15 on the other 2. So not too bad, I think. Not my best week, not my worst week. I'm certainly happy with it. But wait till the week I just had was pretty darn good. So I stay tuned for that one. Did you even see this? Yeah, that's the other pinup. Sure, and catch you on the next one.